Now, in the last section of our class, as we said that we will inshallah be doing a part of a dua or a whole dua. We will try to do grammatical analysis and also try and learn that dua inshallah. I wanted to start with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. It's not really classified as a dua, but we all know that we start everything good with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. It is recommended by the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. In different ahadith, he has said to take Allah's name before starting to eat, and mention Allah's name before starting to drink, and before making wudu, and so on and so forth. When you enter the house, take Allah's name. So we believe that when we take Allah's name, shaitan does not get a share from that thing, and so we try to say Bismillah before every good thing. We start with in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So let's try and analyze concisely what Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim means. As we all know that in grammar we are still like at the alphabet level of grammar. So when I say that we will be doing the grammatical analysis of the dua, which we will be doing in our class, most of the stuff we will not be able to understand. At least the people who have not taken grammar before, maybe a lot of the stuff will not make sense. I still see benefit in doing the grammatical analysis. The way I understand things, I feel that when we are exposed to something that is difficult for our brain to comprehend, it kind of forces the brain to work beyond what it's used to, and that I think helps it to grow, helps it to understand things. When we do the grammatical analysis, the brain will, even if it makes no sense to us, it will be storing some of that information. Later when we come across that information again, it will make more sense. And I believe in this process, so please bear with me even if you feel that this is not making any sense, inshallah. So coming to Basmala. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Bismi, in the name, Allahi, of Allah, Ar-Rahman, the excessively merciful, Ar-Rahim, the continuously merciful. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim has been explained extensively. There are lots of opinions about different things, about the words, their meanings, about the grammatical structure, and so on and so forth. Of course, this is not a research paper, so we will just have a short overview of what Basmala stands for. First of all, I want to talk about Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim, both of these are nouns. Both are starting with Lam al-Ta'arif, al. So they are ism. They fall in the category of asma. They are ism. These are derived asma. Nouns can be original nouns, which are called masdar, and derived nouns, mushtaq nouns. These are derived nouns. And their root letters are Ra, Ha, Mim. Rahma, mercy. We know the word Rahma. Rahma means mercy. Rahman and Rahim would be someone who is merciful or shows mercy. They are similar in meaning. A lot of times, many words, more than one word, can be used to give the same meaning. So if I was to loosely translate Rahman, Rahim, I would probably say one who's merciful. But you will see when two similar meaning words are brought together in a sentence, then the difference between them is highlighted. Like you should be able to pick what is the subtle difference between the two if they are brought together in the same sentence, which is the case here. Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim are brought together, so we want to understand why similar words were used. Ar-Rahman, as my note is saying, it denotes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's attribute of being merciful, meaning it's part of his it's part of him, mercy. He is merciful. It's his attribute. And it is an exaggerated form of the word, sigha mubalagha, hyperbolic pattern. The meaning gives that of excessiveness. He shows excessive mercy. There is an opinion which I want to quote here, not quote, but which I want to talk about here. The opinion says that this attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is manifested in this world, and this is the mercy that is showered over all of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's creation, humans who are believers or non-believers, as well as all of the creation. And they say that Rahman, this form, is excessiveness but not necessarily of continuity, and this world is transient, so this attribute is manifested in this world more. And they say Ar-Rahim, this pattern is again Siqa Mubalagha, hyperbolic pattern, and it denotes continuity. So this is like he shows mercy again and again continuously, and the opinion is that this will be manifested in the next world because that is the eternal world, and it will be shown to the believers only. Also they say Ar-Rahman is like part of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's being. He is merciful, and Rahim is he shows mercy. So if you can pick that subtle difference, one that he is merciful, the other he shows mercy. One is for this world, the other is for the next world. One is excessive form and the other is continuity. So these are the subtle differences. Then I want to talk about the Basmala itself. What is Basmala? Basmala, this word is given to this whole sentence, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is something the Arabs do. For sentences that are very common, they use a word to refer to that sentence. But that, like for instance, nouns have pronouns. Instead of using the noun again and again, we then use pronouns for brevity and so on and so forth. Similarly, Arabs use certain words to refer to whole sentences. Basmala is such example. This is a word used to refer to Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, the whole thing. Number 2, the word Bismi, it has actually 2 words in it. It has the harf ba, harf of jar ba, which can mean, at least here it means in or with, and it has the word ism. The word ism, as you see, has a hamza in it. This hamza is called hamzatul wasl. Inshallah, we will talk about this sometime, hamzatul wasl and hamzatul qata. But here ism has hamzatul wasl. What I want to point out is, when the basmala is written, the whole Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, the hamzatul wasl of the word ism is dropped. You see the letter ba and then you see the letter sin. Hamzatul wasl is dropped. This is a writing rule. When the whole Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim is written, the hamzatul wasl of the word ism is dropped. You will not see this in other cases, like if you just say Bismi or Bismillahi, then you will see the alif, not the alif, the hamzatul wasl. The third and last thing I want to talk about is this sentence a nominal sentence or a verbal sentence? There are 2 kinds of sentences, mainly in Arabic. A verbal sentence starts with a verb and a nominal sentence starts with a noun. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim does not have any verb in it. It has nouns and it has the preposition be. There is no verb that I can see. But then, if it is a nominal sentence, then it should have a subject, a mubtada. A mubtada is the first word. It should be in rough status, which we don't know right now, but we don't see that either. So there are actually 2 groups. One says this is a verbal sentence. The verb has been omitted. The verb that has been omitted, they say, is actually abda'u. I begin. Bada'a yabda'u, to begin. I commence, I start. So it's like saying abda'u Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I begin in the name of Allah, the excessively merciful, the continuously merciful. The other group says no, this is the nominal sentence and actually it starts with ibtida'i. The subject, the mubtada is ibtida'i, my beginning. My beginning is with the name of Allah, the excessively merciful, the continuously merciful. So in either case, it has been omitted, whether it's verbal or nominal, and what we are left with is Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in the name of Allah, the excessively merciful, the continuously merciful, we begin this action. May Allah accept our efforts, inshallah. Jazakumullahu khairan for attending. Inshallah, see you next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.